Good morning. Thank you for watching. Another beautiful Lord's Day. Got a little rain going on. We've been blessed this week with lots of rain. My pond's even full. That's unusual this time of year. But thank you for watching. This morning we've got several people that we need to pray for. Um, we need prayers for the victims of the floods this week. Well, I know Pam showed me a church over in I think it was around the Dixon area, somewhere over in there. I'm not sure, but it was nearly up to the roof. A lot of damage. Uh, Pray for those people and that they be able to recover their stuff and all the victims. Uh, we've got a real bad deal on our hands this morning. Sonia Melton, that's a friend of mine. He passed away a couple of years ago. His wife has got COVID now, and she's in the hospital at St. Thomas West, and she's not doing good at all. Please pray for her. They have two children. A son, he's about 18, a daughter's about 14 or 15. So they've lost their dad, and now their mom's in danger. So please pray for them. We still have Mike Henniger and Nada Heatherly. Please pray for them. They're recovering. Brandon Schwartz and Kay Barrett, they are fighting cancer, and that's a serious deal too. So please pray for them. Also, keep my aunt in your prayers. She's still at the recovering. So take care of all those folks and try to pray for them, and maybe they'll get straightened back out. This week we're going to be talking about staying focused on God. We were in work the other day, and we were talking about how hard it is to stay focused on God. You know, when you've got to work out in the real world, and maybe some of the folks that you work with are not very nice and godly people, but you still have to maintain, you still have to focus on God and try to do the best you can do. And sometimes it's hard, but I've got a little reading here for us today and to go over, and maybe this will help a little bit. Did you know this? Staying focused on God in today's ever-changing world is not easy. Life happens so fast in the 21st century that if your cell phone is 12 months old, it's out of date. And that's, if I don't know if you noticed or not, but used to, I could walk by the break room at work, and everybody being there talking and hollering and carrying on and laughing, and you go by it now and everybody just sitting there staring at their phone, and nobody talks to each other, and everybody's distracted. But that cell phone keeps everybody distracted from actually having some kind of human contact. Did you know this hectic rush of life we experience isn't unique to our generation? Surprisingly, because how many times have you heard about the good old days when life was slower and more simple? But even back in the 20s, the good old days were also hurried and distracted and hectic. Still, I'm fairly convinced that there has never been as many distractions in the life of a person as we know now. So how do we stay focused on God in the daily grind while we have so many things we are competing for our attention? My daughter and I, we try to begin our day doing like a little small devotional, and we have a prayer, and that's a good thing to begin the day with God. I know it sounds simple enough, but it's going to be one of the first suggestions you'll find in any article like this, that it's good that's for good, and that's for good reason. If you and or I are going to stay focused on God, we have got to include the things of God in our daily lives. You probably heard that when something is repeated twice in the Bible, it's something to pay attention to. How about something that's repeated 10 times in one teaching? That's how many times Jesus used the word abide or remain in John 15, 1 through 11. Jesus said in John 15, verse 4, abide in me. He repeated that in two other ways, John 15, 5 and 7, while also providing stark warning and vast promise. Whosoever abides in me and I in him, he is that bears much fruit, for apart from me you can do nothing. If anyone does not abide in me, he is thrown away like a branch that withers, and the branches are gathered and thrown into the fire and burned. If you abide in me, and my words abide in you, ask whatever you wish, and it will be done for you. Staying focused on God requires abiding in Him. I know your mornings are rushed, but if you create the discipline to spend the first few minutes of your day reading the Word of God and talking to Him about the day ahead, you will have greater focus on Him throughout the day. If you don't know where to start, try to start reading in John 15, verse 1 through 11, each morning for a week. It won't take long, and the passage is crazy profound. So that tells us that if we don't abide with Christ, we can't do anything. He is the vine, and we are the branches, and we have to have Him to guide us and to keep us going. That's about all my lesson today. It's going to be a short one, but keep in mind staying focused on God and try to do that. Your day will go better. The Bible tells us that we should pray without ceasing, and if we can pray for someone or keep them in our prayers during the day, and when things get hard, maybe say a prayer, that God will be with you and guide you and keep you strong throughout the day. Well, thank you for watching. Keep all of our first responders and our folks, our military men and women, and all the folks in Afghanistan, man, they're having a tough time over there. We pray for those people and to hope it all turns out okay. But thank you for watching. See you next time. God bless.